Have a look at this little boy.
He's getting cranky. Oh. G'day, I'm Steve Irwin, and whatever you see me do on this show, never ever try, because I'm going to be dealing with the most venomous snakes in North America. This time, I'm after rattlesnakes. My trip's gonna take me into some pretty rugged country. We don't have rattlers in Australia, so I've never handled them in the wild. It's gonna be a real challenge. My journey starts in the deserts of Arizona. I've brought my wife Terry along as backup. She's American and knows this country. We've hardly got going before I spot my first snake. Right, mate. You're all right, buddy. Woo! Have a look at this. This is the famous Mojave rattlesnake. What a little pearler. I have a bit of trouble telling Mojaves from Westerns, but this is definitely a Mojave. Now, Mojaves are the most venomous of the North American rattlers. They got a really potent venom. In fact, it's 20 times more toxic than a Western diamondback. Sweetheart, can you get me a stick? Yeah. Oh, you're all right, mate. How's that? He's got me, he's sensed me, he knows exactly where I am, and he's angry. Thanks, mate, this one will do just fine. He's poised, ready to strike. Now, as an example of how deadly the Mojave is, they actually claim more human fatalities in the state of Arizona than any other snake species. Position him a bit better. Just gonna try and gently, Nah, he's holding firm. He's S-ed up into that standard S position like rattlers get, tailing close to his head. He's gonna strike. There's no way I could get a glove on him, no way, no. And these guys are toxic, really toxic. We might just leave him right where he is. Rattlers are dangerous, there's no doubt about it, and they've copped some pretty bad press here in America. Every year, around 500,000 of them are captured and brought in to be killed at rattlesnake roundups. You're more likely to be struck by lightning than die from a rattlesnake bite, but roundups make people think that rattlers are vicious, evil killers and we can't live alongside them. It's a day out for the whole family, but it's no party for the snakes. It sickens me to the stomach to see behaviour like this. I want to show people that there's more to rattlesnakes than just fangs and poison. They're fascinating animals, and it's time we treated them with a bit of respect. There's only one place for a snake skin, and that's on the snake where it belongs. There are 30 different species of rattler, and 11 of them are found in the state of Arizona. We're heading south towards the Mexican border. It's harsh, dry country, ideal territory for Western diamondbacks. Terry's 6 months pregnant, but she's not letting that get in the way. She's as keen as I am to find our next rattler. Whip snake.
Where?
It's a Sonoran whip, sitting in the mouth of the cave, look.
Scales are ruffled.
Have a look at this. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful animal. Glorious. It's just coming out, trying to get the first bit of sun. Rattle! It's coming from up the creek. It sounds like a big one.
Woo.
It's a Western diamondback. Wow, it's a big one too. This place is crawling with snakes. Gonna have to be really careful here. Just getting out in the open. This is a beauty. It's a big one. Oh, he's fat. Really fat. Just watch out, sweetheart. I just want to get out here into the open. Okay. Let's just see if I can get him. Oh, listen to him hissing. Have a look at this. That cave there.
You watch him, he's getting a bead on your hands.
Just in that cave there, we got the Sonoran whip snake. And then right next door, this western diamondback. Have a look at him, he's grumpy. Now, he hissed at me before. I've never heard a rattler do that. This is more the standard rattler. Look at him. He's arced right up. I just gently manipulated by the tail to get him back out here where we can deal with him. In that shrubbery, up against that creek bank, I wouldn't have stood a chance. Now, you can see that position he's in that S-bend. He'd be able to strike out half his body length easily. Mouth open, full tilt. Now, the rattler can strike at 150 to 175 miles per hour. That's quicker than a Mike Tyson punch. Real quick, and I tell you what, more potent than a Tyson punch. I'd sooner get hit in the head by Mike Tyson than hit on the leg by this thing. He's got huge venom glands. And see how his tongue's coming back over his head? He's able to sense where I am, no matter where I move. Come on in, mate. Move back a bit, Anthony. Come on in, mate. Now, if I can just get him to... I'll just gently prod him along. Now, see when he's stretched out like that? I should be able to just very gently hold him by the tail like that. Now, you can see, very easy to manipulate. Really easy. Ah, look, you're all right, mate. You're all right, buddy. There he is. Western diamondbacks, very common, extremely common. The best thing about rattlesnakes is normally they'll let you know. And you can see him flicking his tail there. They can get up to 50 rattles a second. Man, I can't move my finger that quick. Beautiful animal.
There's another one. Swear. No.
It's another western diamondback. Watch it, babe, watch it. Hey, Ted, give me a stick.
Got it.
Nice green flexible one, mate.
Yep.
Unreal. Oh, there's two in here. There's three. I can see four tails.
No
it's a den.
way.
This is a den. Oh, have a look at this. And this is a classic example, the first den of my entire life. Have a look at this. Rat poo.
Rats are a favourite food item for snakes. That's why the rattlers have moved in here.
Huh? Woo! You should see the size of these snakes. They're massive. Huge. I'm just going to try and get a few prickles out of my pants. They bite worse than the rattlers. I'm just going to see if I can manipulate one out. Come on, buddy. Here we go. Woo-hoo-hoo. Have a look at the size of this. What a beauty. Come on, mate. Holy smokes. Look at this. That is a big western diamondback. What a ripper. Look at him. This is what it's all about. This is the rattlesnakes we've been looking for in a den. This is a western diamondback. I tell you what, they don't come much bigger than this. He'd be a bit over 5 foot in length. Really fat. Have a look at his big buffy head. Not a nasty bone in his body. It's because he's cool. He's been back in that den. Look at the size of his head. Have a look at that. What a beauty. This is a ripper. Sweetheart, I'm going to see if I can get one of those females. Can you just hang on to this one? Yep. Gently now, just keep it tail there. If it starts to wiggle too much, just gently restrain it.
Okay. fun now.
Look at that. Oh, wow, this is sensational. Absolutely sensational. This is a female. That one there's a big old male. You curl up there, sweetheart. Oh. People think rattlers are evil, ugly monsters. They're not. They're beautiful animals. And a den site. In all my days, I never thought I'd see it. Unbelievable. This is fantastic. You can see how easy it is to take a rattlesnake to near extinction. Real easy. A collector or someone that wants to kill rattlesnakes, find a den, boom, blow it up, or catch them all out. You can see how easy it is. And then that area is destroyed because they're quite territorial. All of these rattlers are going up into this den up in there, and that'll be their hideout for the winter, and then they'll slowly start to move out. This male and female, pretty soon they're going to start going into ritualized combat and mating, and they're going to produce young. I've heard that rattlesnakes, wherever they're born, they'll go back to the same area, back to the same den. So if you destroy this, or you kill these big old adults, you're really upsetting the ecosystem. You're going to strike at me. Look at that. It feels cornered. It feels threatened. The most important thing about rattlesnakes is they won't muck with you if you don't muck with them.
It's spring in the Arizona desert, and we've timed our visit just right. Over the winter, snakes of all species gather together in dens to hibernate. With the arrival of the warmer weather, they're just starting to get active. One by one, the snakes emerge from their winter hideouts and head off to their territorial feeding grounds. These might be several miles away. Unlike mammals, reptiles can't generate their own heat. The first thing a snake needs to do is warm up, otherwise it won't have the energy to hunt. Most rattlesnakes do their hunting after sundown. This is the time their prey is most active. Although the sun's gone down, the snake uses heat radiating from the ground to keep its body temperature up. A snake first senses its prey by the vibrations it makes as it moves around. Its tongue picks up scent molecules in the air, but that's not all. Heat-sensing pits on either side of the snake's face accurately pinpoint its target. Rattlesnakes are delicate animals. To avoid injury, they let their prey go once they've bitten it. But there'll be no escape for the rat. The venom takes effect almost immediately, and after a few minutes, the snake goes in search of the body. It's a big enough meal to keep the snake going for several days. Now it's time to head for the high country and more encounters with deadly rattlers.
Go on. Granny, is this your job?
No. Your granddad and I don't work anymore.
Who takes care of you then?
Well, we've got our pension with Standard Life.
Are they any good?
Standard Life take good care of us. And they've been investing really well for years.
So they're old then?
But they keep going from strength to strength.
Granny, is Granddad going from strength to strength?
I don't think so, dear.
Standard Life, for pensions, savings and investments.
We need a lampshade.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, seen these?
Nice. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about over here? What are you looking at?
That dog. Lampshade.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget what you went in for.
Frank Doberman is angry. So's his brother. And the effect is devastating. And too expensive to only show once. They thought it was impossible.
I don't believe the size of that.
Big O's, a hula hoop like no other. Introducing Debbie Wellard.
Beef and mustard flavor.
They're loud. They're obnoxious. They are Big O's.
With more Easter eggs than anyone else.
Hang on. Put your back in it.
Can opener.
You might forget what you went in for.
It says here that some old dear has left £45,000 to a cat.
Right, I'll see you.
Satisfying. Back at McDonald's by popular demand, the classic McRib. Pure pleasure for only £1.39. And of course the crispy potato wedges. Yes, they're back, but only for the next 4 weeks. Introducing a completely new way to read.
With the buy one, get one free offer on Ladybird t-shirts.
Bath plug.
You might forget what you went in for.
Seductively well built. The new Seat Toledo. Seat. Enjoy yourself.
Velcro, clothes pegs, light bulbs, razors. Having gloves.
With more Easter eggs at Woolworths than anywhere else, you might forget what you went in for.
I'll get the hot cross buns out in the oven.
Having gloves.
Don't forget what you went in for.
Rattlesnakes can be found right up in the snow country of Arizona, and that's where we're heading. It's rugged country, and the higher we go, the harder it gets. At the turn of the century, this was a major centre for silver mining, and the whole area is riddled with mine shafts. You know, mine shafts and caves are a favoured spot for rattlesnakes. Have a look at this tear.
Wow, it's yellow!
Well, you're heading back into your den, mate. This is a blacktail rattlesnake. Have a look at the coloration. Look at that beautiful gold coloration with the black pattern on his back. He's just sunning himself out in front of this mine shaft. He's warm to the touch. His den will be in here. Now, one of the most amazing things with the blacktails is the male will actually stand guard. He'll protect his territory, protect his female. Can I leave you with this one? Just get yourself a stick, sweetheart.
Okay, let me grab the stick.
I'm just going to duck back in there. I'll bet you he's got a female right in there. Now, just be careful, mate.
Yep.
Tell you what, just put this here. he gets his head under there, that'd be great.
Okay.
You right?
I'm fine.
Okay. You okay, mate?
Yeah. You're a handsome boy.
Come on, then. Come on, sweetheart.
Wow.
Here she is. I'm coming around this side.
Okay.
Let him go, mate.
I'll just set him down.
Just watch out, this girl is really fired.
Okay.
You can see I've just used the stick there to gently manipulate her out. Now, she's a bit more drab in coloration. She's been impregnated, she's been fertilized by the male, and she's probably got a belly full of babies.
Whoa. She means business.
Woo! Have a look at the difference. The drab female, she's poised, eh? She's fired. She's like right on me. And you can see the male here. He's a lot more yellow.
Don't take your eyes off this girl.
There's the difference in the two colours. I tell you what, if I was a male rattlesnake, this bloke here, he'd go straight into combat mode. Have a look at the female. She is in the full tilt S position, tail going flat out. Couldn't get anywhere near her. He's a lot bigger than her. One of the most amazing things with the black-tailed rattlesnakes is the females have been recorded to defend their babies up to their first shedding of skin. So which could take, I guess, up to a couple of weeks, maybe even a month. So she'll guard them. Beautiful social structure. Take this guy back in. It's very important that I don't upset nature's balance. So I'm going to put them right back into their den so they can curl up, because this is a little bit of stress on them. Here you go.
Boy, she's really got a bead on me.
You're gonna have to give me a bit of distance, mate.
Yep, I'll clear up this.
Come on, sweetheart, I'm gonna put you back in your den. Oh, look at her. You gotta love him. You gotta love him. She's a little bit pregnant. Come on now. Just gonna very gently use this stick to support her body. She's so angry, she's stiff as a board. Here she goes. Come on, girl. There you go, lovers. Oh! They're still rattling back there. Aren't they great? And that female had one last swing at me to make sure I ran away. She's got a belly full of babies. Of course she's going to be a little bit grumpy, disturbing her back there. But the thing I'd really like to emphasise is that male, he was already trying to get away from us before we even got up to this mine shaft. Mine shafts are deadly. They're dangerous. Black-tailed rattlesnakes are naturally quick to get out of humans' way. No danger. He will defend his territory and his girl against other male rattlesnakes only. It's really starting to warm up now, and it's this time of year that the male western diamondback goes in search of a mate. He tracks the female down by her smell, and once he's located her, he rubs his chin rhythmically against her head and body to stimulate her. If she's receptive, she lifts her tail and allows him to mate. The female may mate again over the next few days, either with this male or several different males. She'll give birth to around 10 baby snakes towards the end of summer.
To find our next snake, we're heading out of Arizona and into Southern California. Pretty soon we hit boulder country. There's plenty of bushy cover, so it's ideal habitat for small mammals and it's great snake country. I'm in search of the red diamond rattlesnake.
This is a really good rattler location. Plenty of ledges. The sun is absolutely perfect. Keep an eye out for tracks too. Have a look at this. This is exactly what we've been looking for. And she's full, probably got a chipmunk. Oh, get a bit of a rattle there. You're all right, you're all right. You're all right. Have a look at this. What a beauty. She's just eaten a chipmunk. Beautiful. Absolutely glorious. Lovely little rattle there. She's had a feed. Just sitting in the sun, all curled up. Typical rattler. Yes. This is what we've been looking for. She's beautiful. Notice the way she's curling up. And what she's doing, she's sitting out in the sun, trying to warm up. Being a reptile, she's got to heat up her body to be able to digest. Now, that's a big food item. Whack! She's hit it and venomated it. And then she swallowed it down to her belly. It's sitting in there. Probably ate it last night or early this morning. And then it just has to digest. So once she reaches about 30 degrees Celsius, that'll be perfect. Blood will be flowing nicely, and she'll digest that. Now, these just match the environment perfectly, absolutely perfectly. Not very grumpy, but once they get into this curled up position, you can't touch them, you can't get them by the tail. They've got heat sensing pits, and if I get anywhere near her, whack, she'll bite me really quickly. She's settled back down, and it's very important that I let her settle down because if she gets too stressed, she'll regurgitate that, and that's very unfortunate, very unfortunate. She's beautiful. You're all right, sweetheart. I'm gonna leave you alone now.
Rattlesnakes have predators too, like the king snake. King snakes are immune to rattlesnake venom, so the only defense the rattler's got is to make itself look as big as possible. That way, the king snake might think it's just too large a prey item to swallow. The king snake's a constrictor, so the rattler must keep clear of its deadly coils. This time the bluff pays off and the king snake goes in search of an easier meal. Wherever people have settled in large numbers, they've created big problems for rattlesnakes. Roads are a major hazard, and tens of thousands of snakes are killed on them every year. Man-made channels carrying water down from the hills are another hazard. The flume acts as a magnet for thirsty snakes, but the steep sides make it a death trap.
Now we're here on this flume on a rescue mission. There's a great plethora of reptiles that live here, and this water, oh, is quite cool to the touch. So reptiles coming out of the bush hit the water, start to cool down a bit, and they freeze, and they have a lot of trouble getting out. So we're scanning this waterway, this catwalk, and where it cuts across the hills, looking for animals that'd be trapped, particularly rattlers.
A ledge of bare rock catches my eye. It's pretty cool at the moment, and that'd be a perfect basking spot for a rattler. I'm gonna have to watch where I put my feet. Rattlesnakes use their rattle to let you know where they are and to warn you not to come too near. But a cold snake has got little energy to rattle.
This is speckled rattler territory, and it feels good. It's a little bit overcast, nice and cool, given that it's been 115 degrees Fahrenheit in the shade recently. This is good, it feels good. Speckled rattlesnake. Now, these guys are normally pretty feisty. He's cool. He's very cool. Woohoo! Look at this. This is one of only 4 species of rattler found in San Diego County, and he's a beauty. Have a look at his coloration. It matches this granite to perfection. He's got his forked tongue out working, sensing. Beautiful little animal, absolutely glorious. I'm gonna take the risk of just showing you his tail. There's his little rattle. He is so quiet he's not even rattling. This species is normally quite toey and nippy. Now, you might see me just gently handling him. Watch this. This is a risk that no one should ever take with a rattlesnake. I'm a professional herpetologist, and I'd hate to get bitten by a rattler. They hit, and they hit hard. They've got huge fangs, and I'm very lucky this one's very placid. Absolutely spectacular. Speckled rattler. I'll just let him on his way.
Camouflage helps snakes avoid being spotted by predatory birds. A dangerous time for a snake is when it's shedding its skin. It does this regularly throughout its life, particularly when it's growing fast. First, the snake frees the skin around its jaws by rubbing its face against rough objects. Then it tries to snag loose skin on thorny bushes. Once the head is free, the snake crawls over rough ground to help remove the rest of the skin. Unlike other snakes, rattlers don't lose the horny coverings at the tip of their tails each time they shed. It's a build-up of these horny coverings that creates the famous rattle. Back at the flume, Terry and I continue our rescue mission.
Hey, Steve! I think it's a rattlesnake!
Got it!
Get him out!
Got another stick?
Got another stick.
Here we go, we got him. We got him.
Okay.
Woo, it's a hellerite.
Wow.
Whoa, here we go. Got another little smaller stick? Hey, little fella.
What we've got here is a juvenile Southern Pacific rattlesnake.
He's got a little rattle there, and he's so cold he's not even rattling. Now, these are a magnificent species, absolutely glorious, and he's in really good condition. He's obviously had a good feed of rodents, and he would have frozen, probably died in there, unless he could have hooked into some vegetation and got out. Now, this is great. Rescuing rattlesnakes. Not only will they die in here, but in a pretty short distance, they're going to get run over on the road. Now, they're called Crotalus viridis Hellerite. I'd like to think they're Hellerite because they're just hell on wheels. Normally, they're a very aggressive and nasty little devil. They'll just strike out at you, have a go at any given moment. But you can see this bloke's pretty cold. He's very cold. He's not even rattling. He's almost frozen. That water is too cold for a little snake like this, and he'd die, no doubt about it. Just gently getting by the tail there. Normally, you couldn't get anywhere near a little Hellerite because they're just too aggressive. They are. They're hellish little snake. And they've got quite a powerful venom. It's a combination of toxins which really do some heavy-duty damage. It's a hospital job. And even at this size, they would deliver a very powerful, if not fatal, bite. Wrestling rattlesnakes, yes, good stuff. Now, what we got to do is, we're going to have to take him away somewhere so as he's nowhere near this flume and nowhere near that highway. You can hear the cars zipping past. If he didn't fall in there, odds are he'd get cleaned up on the road. So, let's just see. Pick him up. Come on, little one. There he goes. There's a little snake. Come on, little one.
Godzilla. Buy it now on video and DVD.
The taxman's taken all my dough and left me in my stately home.
What's going on here? It's the taxman. And why is he so popular? It's because of Gift Aid 2000. Now, for every 100 quid that we give to overseas charities, the taxman here is going to give an extra 30 quid. Big deal, eh? Well, it is a big deal, because normally the taxman gives nothing away. That means 130 big ones can go towards relieving poverty and providing education in 80 of the world's poorest countries. By putting away just £5 a month starting now, you could be helping millions. Call this number right now. Gift Aid 2000. We give, they give. I get an ice cream.
This is my old kitchen, and I'm bored with it. This is Ronseal Paint and Grain. It's called Paint and Grain because all you do is paint on the base coat, slap on the top coat, comb, and grain. Easy. And it works on most surfaces. So, if you fancy a change, use Ronseal Paint and Grain. It does exactly what it says on the tin.
My skin used to be quite dry on my cheeks and sort of across my forehead. I was asked to try Dove for 1 week. Coming back from swimming, having dry skin, jumping in the shower and using Dove, it was brilliant.
Dove is made from 1/4 moisturizing cream. It won't dry your skin like soap can.
It's made me feel a whole lot better about myself. It's given me confidence. It's just really, really nice to have skin which you can be confident about.
Take the Dove 7-day test.
What is about? There's something evolving. Whatever may come, the world keeps revolving. They say the next big thing is here, that the revolution's near. But to me it seems quite clear that it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
biggest rattlers of all are found in Eastern America. Our search for them starts in the Appalachian Mountains. These forests are a dramatic contrast to where we've come from. It's amazing that rattlers have managed to adapt to such different environments. It's hard going on the mountain slopes, so Terry's going to pick me up further down the track. The Appalachian Mountains are home to a unique religious sect. The followers take religious writings literally, including a passage in the book of Mark that says true believers will come to no harm if they handle venomous snakes. It's a practice that began at the start of the century. The founder of the sect got to the age of 70 before he died from a snake bite. I reckon he was lucky to last that long. You're asking for trouble if you handle venomous snakes like this. That's what I've been listening for.
You're all right, mate. You're all right. Timber rattler. Fat as mud. Reason being, it's probably had its first feed of spring. Got a big belly full of ground squirrel. Now, these are a spectacular animal. Come on now, settle down. It wants to get back into its den. It doesn't like me one little bit. Just wants to go back home. In 3 of the states where they used to be found, they're extinct. In 10 states, they're virtually classified as threatened or endangered. They're in a little bit of trouble. Down on the lowlands, they've been annihilated. There are virtually island pockets of them up here in the mountains. If you can imagine, in the state of New York, timber rattlesnakes, they were annihilated on sight. In fact, the government used to pay people to blow up, dynamite their dens. Well, things have changed. Now, they classify them as endangered. They're protected. And you can see why they are one heck of a specimen. Woo, one heck of a species. Have a look at that. Now, this is a very dark-coloured one. Coal black coloration. It's because it's right up here high. They're usually found 6,500 to about 10,000 feet high altitude, and that dark colour helps them boost up heat really quickly. Now, their scientific name is Crotalus horridus. What a wild name. It's like horrible or horrid rattlesnake. They're not horrible, they're not horrid, they're not evil, they're not ugly. All this snake wants to do is get back inside its den and have a bit of a rattle. Come on, mate. You're all right. Have a look at the rattle on it. Woo! What a rattle. It's a beauty. It's an absolute ripper. Timber rattlers have got an exceptional rattle. There's nothing horror about this species at all. They're magnificent. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No biting. No biting. Here's another one. This is unbelievable. Tell you what, you want to have pretty careful placement of your feet. They blend into these leaves really well, and they're not running away from me. Now, just using its forked tongue, there's its den right there. And it's a big one. It's a real big one. Have a look at the size of this one. What a whopper. I tell you what, these snakes are quite prolific up here on the Appalachian Mountains. They know exactly where their den is. That forked tongue, they know exactly where it is. In fact, 2 miles away. They know where it is. They can just track straight to it. Watch this. He'll go straight back to the den. Another happy rattler. Let's have a look around. This place is crawling with us. Hey, this one hasn't even started to rattle yet. It's a brown one. Real brown coloration. Hey, what are you doing in there? It's got a big rattle too. Oh. Woo. Gone. Couldn't get my hand in there, he turned around and had me for dinner. Hey, hey, hey. There's another one. Right there. Wow, have a look at this one. What a beauty. Oh, there's 3. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, there's another one there. 4 of them. 4 of them, and they're the dark form, too. Exactly what we've been looking for. Come on, little one. How's that? 4 in one spot, all dark. Come on, mate. You're all right. Oh, you're a bit unhappy. Come on, then. Come on, buddy. There he is. Little dark one. How's that? 4 in one spot. Woohoo! Happy day. Have a look at this one. You're all right, mate. And fat as mud. There's a good little rattler. And this is a little fat female one. A little girl one. You know, the fascinating thing with the female timber rattlesnake is that they may only reproduce 2-3 times in their entire life. I've got another one between my legs. Just hold your ground, guys. I'm coming down there. Holy smokes, that was a little bit too close. That was way too close. Sitting right in between my legs. There must be 6, 7, maybe more timber rattlers, all dark coloration, sitting right in there. This is their den site. Oh. You're a funny little one. Having a bit of a go at me. This guy's starting to get a little grumpy, but I'm now between it and its den. You can't blame it. Oh, you're getting really upset. That's all right. And as I was saying, the female rattler may only reproduce 2 or 3 times in her life. And so you start annihilating a couple of female rattlers and you're looking at a massive decline in population.
To find our last snake, the biggest rattler of them all, we're heading south to Florida. On the way, we come across something really special.
Oh, hey, little pygmy. Oh, you're a little pygmy rattlesnake. Look at him jerking around, and he's flat as a pancake. Let him all jerky and grumpy, and it's hot. It's pretty warm. Oh, you're all grumpy. Woo-hoo, look at him go. Quick, mate, you better get off the road. Gee, notice how grumpy and aggressive and jerky he is? It's because he's right out here in the open. He knows he's vulnerable. He knows he's in trouble. And I tell you what, if I was a predator, he would be in a lot of trouble. Look at his tail. It's going flat out like a lizard drinking. Come on then, mate, you better get off the road. And hurry up, young fella. Look how quick he can move. You know, you think, oh, you're wiggling your tail, quick, get going. Almost tracking like a sidewinder. Go, little pygmy. No, keep going. Go on. Hurry up. Keep going. You keep going. Go on. Get off the road. Hurry up. Quick, quick, quick. Quick. Quick.
Quick, quick! 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 Go! Hey, how's that? My first pygmy rescue. These longleaf pine and palmetto thicket forests are critical to the survival of the eastern diamondback and a lot of other species down here in the southeast. The eastern diamondback is the biggest rattlesnake in the world. Some of them reach over 2 meters. Best place to look for them is in the burrow of another animal, the gopher tortoise. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Have a look at this little beauty. What a champion. You're all right, mate. You're all right. Here it is. The icon of rattlesnakes. Largest rattler in the world. Now, I need to get him onto some ground up there where I can deal with him. Come on, mate. You're all right. I'm just going to try and very gently persuade him to move off. Come on now. I can't get him as he is. He's all curled up in a strike position. Come on, buddy. There. Ooh. Come on, mate. I can't talk about you till you move off. Away you go. No. Whoa. Notice that strike over half the length of his body. Come on, mate. Getting curled up in these weeds here. Whoa, look out there, little bloke. You're all right. You're all right, mate. You're all right. You're all right. This is the ultimate rattler. This is the eastern diamondback rattlesnake. The largest rattler in the world. They can grow over 6 feet. In fact, there's a record of an eastern diamondback almost 8 feet in length. Shaking, holy smokes. It's taken me all my life to get here. Gonna have to let him go, he's curled up. He's got a track on me. He's really dark, very dark. These guys are like ambush predators. Now, I find rattlesnakes absolutely beautiful animals, but I believe I've been told by the experts that have spent all their life with the eastern diamondback that they're a naturally non-aggressive snake. You could walk straight past them, won't even rattle. They'll sit there and they want to run. They don't want to stand and fight. They want to get away, back down into their stump, or in this area, back into their gopher tortoise holes. Whew. Have a go at this. When he puffs himself up, he gains about 1 inch in height, and he's trying to show how big he is. I'm big, I'm tough, I'm noisy, I could strike at any moment. Although I don't think he's gonna. Have a look at the head. That is the wildest looking head. Big, arrow-shaped head with those massive venom glands. And they've got a stripe coming back across their eye. That is really important. That almost disguises their eye and it helps camouflage their head. They're basically diurnal, hunting during the day. So they'll sit in camouflage and wait. Animal comes past, can't see the eye like a bandit. Boom, hit. Dig the fangs in right into the chest cavity. Huge delivery. Animal goes a little bit, drops dead. They'll locate it with their sense of smell, their forked tongue, take it down. The wildest thing is the size of their fangs. In Australia, our snakes have got tiny little fangs like this. Rattlers have got huge, great, independent moving syringes. They're wild. When they hit, they'll go straight into the blood system. With an Australian snake, with an elapid, they'll just brush the surface and it goes into the lymph system. Ooh, he's getting cranky. He's puffing up. How's the way he sticks his tongue back over the top of his head? Woohoo! You know, snakes, eastern diamondbacks, they're like, every one is an individual. They've all got their own individual coloration and pattern and individual personalities. He's not a grumpy snake, but down the road you might get a grumpy one.
This one's relatively quiet, even though he had a couple of swings when I tried to get him out here onto the road. I'll just see if I can stretch him out and take him back to his gopher hole. His gopher tortoise hole. Come on, mate. There's a good... Right. Come on, buddy. Notice I don't try and pin him. I just try and gently head him out of my way. Keep him going that direction. There's a good snake. There's a good boy. Gently get him under the belly there. Just going to get him over to his gopher tortoise hole. Move my finger along a bit. Come on, mate. Here's your hole. Here it is. There you go, big fella. Woo! Well, I hoped I've helped to boost an awareness and a little bit of love for North America's venomous snakes, particularly the rattlers. You beauty. Holy smokes, that was a little bit too close. That was way too close.